So come to your comfortable seat. Sit up nice and tall. Legs can be crossed or you can sit kneeling. Root down and through the sits bones to lengthen up through the spine. And then draw your shoulders a little bit further back. Take a big breath in through the nose. Take a full inhale. And then exhale out the mouth. Ha. Maybe a sigh. And do that twice more. Inhale, fill. Exhale. Let something go. Ha. One more time. Breathe in. And exhale. Ha. And sit up nice and tall. And we're going to play with that breath. So begin your Dirga breath. Fill in through the belly, the ribs, the chest, in and out through the nose. And exhale, squeeze empty, drawing the navel back to the spine. And a couple more. Inhale, breathe. Imagine yourself as a balloon and expanding into every crevice. And then exhale, squeeze empty the balloon. You can close your eyes or find a soft gaze. And take a few moments to just settle into the now, this present moment, by using the breath. See if you can relax the shoulders a little bit more, softening around the breath. And the next time you breathe in, I want you to imagine filling the right side of your body with breath. So the whole right side, as you inhale, will expand. The right lung, chest, and then squeeze, exhale out the right side again. Try that one more time. Fill only into that right side as you breathe in. You can get the back of the body, the heart to expand as well. And then exhale, slowly empty. Now try the left side. The next time you breathe in, fill into the left belly, the left ribs, chest, and then exhale, squeeze empty. Nice and slow, like you're deflating that balloon. And do that again. Inhale, fill, expand. Just the left side. Exhale, squeeze empty. Now see if you can find, on your next breath in, a little bit more expansion on both sides. Can you fill the front, the side body, and the back body with air as you breathe in? And exhale, squeeze empty, breathe out. One more time. Breathe, expand the lungs, the belly, the chest, the ribs. Get nice and big, take up some space. And then exhale, squeeze empty. Good, continuing with your breath. On your next breath in, fill all the way up, sweep your arms up to the sky, gain as much length as you can through the arms. And then exhale, hands to heart center. This time, breathe in, sweep your arms up to the sky. Take your right wrist to the left wrist. So wrap your hand around the left wrist. And then it'll be a little movement as you exhale and arc up and over. And then inhale, come back through center. Both sides expand. Switch hands. Exhale, arc up and over. You might not go very far. One more time. Breathe in, come back through center. Arc up and over. See if you can expand and then squeeze. Last time. Breathe in. One more time on your own. Breathe out, arc up and over. And come back through center. Release your arms down, extend the legs, and give your legs a little bit of a shake. Circle out the ankles in one direction, and interlace the hands and circle out the wrists. Maybe your feet want to go in one direction and the hands in the other. And then change directions if you can. And give the wrists a shake. And then come on to hands and knees. You can use a blanket here if you have one to place over your mat. Come into table. Hands pressed firmly into the ground. Take a round of cat-cow here. Lift the tailbone, soften the belly. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, round chin to chest. One more full breath in. Lift the tail. Exhale, squeeze empty and round. Come to a neutral spine. Extend the right leg back behind you into your calf stretch. Look forward, keep your hands where they are. Rock your shoulders over your wrists. Lift the right leg up in the air. As you exhale, squeeze empty. Draw the knee to the nose. Inhale, extend the leg straight back. Exhale, knee to left elbow. It's a little bit of a twist. Inhale, extend it back, and try it one more time on your own. Knee to chest or nose. You can round your spine if you'd like. Get longer, extend through that right leg. And exhale, knee to left elbow, squeeze. And extend that leg back, hold here, draw the navel up and in. Pivot the left foot over to the left side of your mat, and float the right foot so that it is parallel to the short end of your mat. Reach your right arm up into the air. Press your hips a little bit forward, and then look at your arm. Make sure that shoulder goes right over your wrist. As you exhale, lower your fingertips down. Keep your legs where they are. As you breathe in, rise that arm right back up. And twice more. Exhale, float the arms down. Inhale, lift it up. Last time, fold. And rise, breathe in. Good. Take your arm up and over your ear. Get more of a side body stretch right here. Keep pressing your hips a little bit forward and rooting down into that back edge of your foot. And then look down, plant your hands, come back to table, take a round of cat-cow. Inhale and exhale. If you want to take some head rolls or barrel rolls to warm up the spine a little bit more, you can do that. Or simply stick with your cat-cow. The next time your table comes through center, elongate that left leg. Press through the calf. Toes are on the ground. One more breath. And lift that left leg up. Shoulders come over the wrists. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze. Inhale, extend. Reach it back. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Squeeze. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose. Round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Squeeze. Inhale, extend, hold. Again, pivot the right foot over to the right side of your mat. Set up for your modified plank pose here. Modified side plank. Reach the left arm up. Press through that heel. As you exhale, float the fingertips down. Kind of just brush the floor and then breathe in, sweep it back up. Two more. Lower, sweep. Inhale, rise right back up. One more on your own. Exhale, lower. And breathe in to rise. Take your arm up and over your ear. And then look back down at the ground. Come back into your table. One more cat-cow. If you're on your blanket, you can set it aside. And then curl the toes under, walk the hands forward, and come into your downward facing dog. Lift the hips high, your knees can be very bent at first. Press down into the hands, rock the shoulders away from the ears. You can pedal out the feet if you'd like. Keep pressing down into that hand to gain more length in the spine. One more breath, find a little stillness. As you exhale, lower the knees back down to table. Take the knees a little bit wider apart, uncurl the toes. Place your left hand in the center of the mat. As you inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, sweep and thread right arm underneath left. The shoulder can come down to the mat, the side of the face. 2 more like that. Press and lift. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, float down, twist. Last time, inhale, sweep. Exhale, twist. Hold here, or you can find a half bind by floating that left palm up to the low back or the right hip crease. You can draw your right shoulder over to the left side of the mat a little bit and look up at the sky. Whatever you have, begin to unbind. Thread the right arm back up into the air. Breathe in and exhale, lower that hand to the ground. Take a round of cat-cow here to neutralize the spine. Round and lift. Come back to your neutral spine. This time, right hand plants the center of the mat, left arm reaches up, and exhale, thread left under right. 2 more. Breathe in, get a little bit more length. Breathe out, squeeze empty. Inhale, reach. Last time. Exhale, thread, lower down. Again, hold right here where you are. Or reach your right arm up to the sky, to the low back, or all the way to the left hip crease. Just softening that shoulder back down the neck. You can gaze up at the sky if you'd like. Make sure your neck is happy. One more breath. And then slowly unfurl. Right hand comes back down. Left arm reaches up. Breathe in. Exhale, lower left hand to meet the right. Come back to your downward facing dog. This time, little different. Walk your hands about 2 handprints closer to your feet. You're not in a forward fold. You're just kind of in a short dog. You can keep the knees bent and the belly can come right onto your thighs. Or if you have a little bit more flexibility, you can straighten your legs. Good. Shift all the weight into your right hand and peel the left hand up off the mat. You can hold the left hand reaches over to the right ankle or outside of the foot. It can also come to the calf. Make sure your hips have not slid over to the right. If they have, firmly press into that right hand and guide your hips to the middle of the mat. If you have a little more twist at this point in your practice, you can look up at the sky. One more breath in your twisted downward facing dog. Slowly release. Left hand plants. Before going anywhere, bend the knees. Root down into the left palm. Get that right hand light and then place it on the left ankle. You can stay here again, begin to find a little bit more torque in your twist. Look up at the sky, see about guiding those hips back to center. You can bend the knees a lot. Slowly unwind, come back to downward facing dog, your short one. And then walk your feet to your hands, keep walking and come to the front of your mat. Come back to your forward fold. You can find a ragdoll here or just let your hands hang. Find a little sway side to side. Release your arms. Place your feet about hip width apart. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to the shins or the ground. And exhale, fold right back over your legs. This time, inhale, lengthen, lift halfway. Keep going. Palms come all the way up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Sweep your arms up, full breath in, palms come together. As you exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. As you exhale, plant your hands, bend your knees, just step back to downward facing dog. On an inhale, sweep your right leg high. Square the hips, root down into the fingers. As you exhale, draw knee to nose, squeeze and round. Inhale, extend that right leg back up. Exhale, knee to left elbow, squeeze. Inhale, kick it back up. As you exhale, step the right foot to the right thumb. Separate your feet so that you are stable, rooted into those feet, and rise up to your high lunge, sweeping your arms up. Take the right hand, hold on to the left wrist. Good, root down into your feet, and then arc up and over like you did seated for a little bit of a side bend. Inhale, come back through center, look down, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, roll forward to your high plank. Slow and controlled, come all the way to your belly. Uncurl your toes. Reset your hands underneath shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in. On an inhale, find a little cobra. As you exhale, lower down. Press a little bit more into the ground. Inhale, find cobra. As you exhale, this time make your way to downward facing dog by flipping over both feet or one at a time. The next breath in, lift the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to right elbow for your twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, look forward, step your left foot to your left thumb. Separate feet, rise up to a high lunge. Breathe in. This time, left hand finds right wrist. Arc yourself up and over. Then come back through center. Look down, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, roll forward to high plank, shoulders over wrists. Bend elbows, come all the way to your belly. Inhale, one cobra here this time. As you exhale, find your downward facing dog. 3 breaths when you arrive. Feeling whole body, front body, back body, side ribs expand. Come on to the tippy toes, lift the heels, feet can come together. Exhale out all the breath, bend the knees. Look forward and walk, step, or take a little hop to your forward fold. Find a little sway, a ragdoll, hands to opposite elbows if you'd like. Release your arms. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold over your legs. Breathe in, lift halfway, press down, root down to rise up. Palms come together, hands to heart center. Release your arms by your sides. Take another breath in, arms rise. Exhale, full body in half. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up again. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, extend the leg. This time, knee to left elbow, hold here, squeeze. And then extend the right leg. Press down into that foot. Take the right shoulder over the right wrist, spin the left heel down so that you're rooted, and lift the left arm up. Yeah. One more breath. Notice on some of these more challenging postures if your breath has shortened. Place your left hand next to the right, spin the heel up, knee to chest. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, look forward, step your foot forward, rise up, high lunge. Right hand comes to left wrist, arc up and over. Come back through center, breathe in. As you exhale, open to Parshva Virabhadrasana, warrior 2. Glide your hips back. Reach your arms forward like someone is pulling you to the front of your mat, and then set up for triangle. Fingertips can come to the ground. Left arm can reach up. You can keep a micro bend in your knee. See about getting as much length as you can from both sides of the body. Then rebend into that knee. Come back to warrior two. Reach your arms up, straighten both legs. Turn your toes to face the wide edge of the mat. Align the heels. As you exhale, sweep your arms out to the horizon. Hinging at the hips, fold forward. And hands come right down to the mat. Ah, maybe a ha. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold in half. Come up to that halfway lift. Plant your left hand in the center of the mat. On an inhale, sweep your right arm up for your twist. And then lower your right hand down. Left arm rises. Breathe in. And then lower that hand down one more time. See about keeping your hips squared. So try not to let one hip rise up or the other. Last side, breathe in. Nice straight legs. Breathe out. Lower hands down. Bend both knees, especially the right, and take Skandasana towards the back of your mat. It's your choice, right? How deep you want to take Skandasana. I like to give my knee or my thigh a little bit of a press. And not only am I feeling it in this right leg, but the left leg in that groin area. And then Skandasana towards the front of your mat, hold. If you want to build a little more heat, you can come off of your fingertips, hands to heart center. Otherwise, you just walk back to the back of the mat. And one last time, walk to the front of the mat, come to your runner's lunge. Yeah, line all your toes towards the front of the mat, plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. As you exhale, roll forward to high plank, lower to chaturanga this time, halfway, press into the toes, inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Make your way back to downward facing dog. On the breath in, reach the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, round, squeeze. See about maybe giving that knee a kiss. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Extend the leg. Spin the right heel down. Left shoulder over left wrist. Right arm reaches up. It's kind of like almost a fallen triangle. One more breath. Gaze down, plant your palms, left knee back into the chest. Inhale, extend it back up. Exhale, look forward. Rise on up, high lunge. Left hand comes to the right wrist. Arc up and over towards the left. Squeeze the thighs together. Inhale, come back. Exhale, open up to warrior two. Slowly slide your hips back, straighten your left leg, reach, and then tip. Fingertips might not come to the ground. One more breath. Navel draws back into the spine. But rebend into your knee, warrior two. Inhale, both arms rise, palms come together. Exhale, spin that left foot towards the wide edge of your mat. And then peel open. Get long through that spine. And then lower down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, full body in half. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Right hand to the mat, left arm peels open. Exhale, lower that hand down and switch. Breathe in. Begin to find a movement with your breath. A nice rhythm, a nice pace. And begin to notice and feel what's happening with every twist. And can you sense where the breath is? Place both hands in the mat, Skandasana into the right knee. And then the left. You might hold, give a little time each side. And make your way to the front of the mat, runner's lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. 3 breaths once you arrive. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend knees, look forward. If you want to try hopping, straighten the arms. Press into the hands and little hop, maybe a little hang time as you come forward into your forward fold. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold body in half. Press down, rise up, full breath in, arms rise, palms meet. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a big inhale, find Utkatasana, chair pose, sink your hips. Feet can be together or parallel. See about getting the hips down and shifting the weight into your heels. Find a little lift in the chest. Fingertips rise right up to the sky, shoulders soften. Sink a little lower. And then exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. If you want to try hopping back, you'll land with bent elbows. So nice, strong, straight arms. Make your way through chaturanga. You can always step back to downward facing dog. Take your up dog and make your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, extend the legs straight back. You've been here before. Exhale, knee to left elbow, extend the right leg. Spin the left heel down, lift the left arm up. This time, if you want to take more of a back bend, float your arm behind you. Lift the hips high. Press down into the feet. Slow and controlled. Gaze down, plant the head, hand, Take your way to three-legged dog. Step your foot forward, high lunge. Breathe in. Left wrist gets a tug from the right arm, arc up and over. Open up to warrior two. Guide your hips back, straightness your right leg. Reach, 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 reach. Trikonasana. If you have enough length, you'll take your two peace fingers, wrap them around your big toe for bound triangle. Keep rolling those left ribs open for more of a twist. You can still look down, you can still bend your knee if you'd like. Whatever you got, come back to warrior two. Straighten out the leg, palms come together. Set up for prasarita. Both feet to the wide edge of your mat. And as you exhale, hinge forward, hold halfway, draw the navel up and in, press down into the feet, and expand through the arms. Let's see, one more breath. And then exhale, lower down. This time, lift halfway, walk your hands over to the right foot. The left hand can come to the outside of your foot, and the right arm will peel open for this deep twist in prasarita. One more breath. Slowly lower your arms, walk your hands back through center. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Let the spine realign. And then again, lift halfway. You want to get as much length as you can when working with twists. And walk yourself over to that left leg. Cross the arm over. Peel the left arm up to the sky. One more breath. If you have a piece of hair in your face, move it. And then lower Exhale, fold, bend both knees, Skandasana to the back of the mat. And Skandasana to the front of the mat. One more time each side. Then come back to your runner's lunge. Hold here. Step back to downward facing dog. Roll forward to high plank. Listen, lower the left knee down. Spin the foot out. Peel the right foot down and lift the right arm up. So you're in side plank. If you want a little more heat, step both feet together. Feet on top of feet. Shoulder right over wrist. Notice if you stop breathing. One more breath. Gaze down. Lower your hand back down. Either press back to downward facing dog or move through your chaturanga. Breathe in. Find a back bend. Breathe out to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Squeeze, extend the leg. Fallen triangle. Reach your arm up to the sky. Maybe find a back bend this time. Lower your hand back down. Knee comes to the nose. Three-legged dog. Breathe in. As you exhale, step forward. Set up for your high lunge. Full breath in, arms rise. Hold on to that right wrist. Arc your body up and over. Come back through center. Warrior two. Good. Find warrior two first. And then glide the hips back. Reach, 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 reach. And find your triangle. Maybe it's bound triangle. Maybe the fingertips are floating off the ground. You're using all of your abdominals. Hand can also be on that shin. Good. Take one more breath. Then press down into your feet. Rise back up. Warrior two. Inhale, arms rise. Straighten the leg. Turn the toes to the wide edge of your mat. Exhale, halfway. Hold. Hold, hold, hold. Halfway. One more breath. And then lower down. And take one more breath here. Lengthen, lift halfway. Walk your hands over to your right foot. Again, left hand comes to that foot. The right arm reaches up for your twist. And lower the left hand down, the right hand down. Walk yourself over to the other side. Squeeze. Squeeze out the breath as you twist. Gain as much length on the inhale. See about taking your head further away from your hips. Yeah. And then lower back down, come back through center. Skandasana. At this point, you might take up your arms and take up more space. You might keep them right on the ground. The next time you come to the top of the mat, come back to your runner's lunge. Step back to downward facing dog. Roll forward to high plank. Press down into the hands and either lower that right knee down. Whichever side you haven't done, reach that arm up to the sky. You can stay here for modified side plank or step your feet together. Reach your arm up and over your ear. Step back to high plank. Move through your chaturanga or press right back to down dog. From downward facing dog, take 3 breaths. right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, bend and open up the hip. Listen, different here. So we're gonna try wild thing. So turn your left foot, look down. I can almost see my right toes float to the ground. And then they do float to the ground. Then my right arm rises up and my hips lift. That left leg is nice and straight. My shoulders over my wrist. I reach my arm up and back. 3 breaths. Slowly look back down. Look and spot where you want to place your hand. Come back to your downward facing dog. You can stay here or roll forward, kind of rinse it out with a vinyasa if you'd like. And set up on the other side. Inhale, left leg rises. As you exhale, bend and open, and you're just going to reach your foot so much that your other foot begins to turn, and you tip, tip, tip. You float your fingertips down, re-straighten that right leg, up and over. One more breath. Gaze down. Come all the way back to your downward facing dog. Stay here for 3 breaths. Or if you're craving a vinyasa, take 1 more. Come back to downward facing dog. Lower the knees. Find a child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide. Forehead comes to the ground. Flip your palms up to the air. And then squeeze your fingers into the center of your palms. And give yourself a little wrist release. Fingertips into the center of the palm. And then let it go. And then squeeze it in. And let it go. 1 more, squeeze it in. And let it go. One more breath. And then walk your hands back through table. Curl the toes under, lift the knees, come back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. As you exhale, knee comes right to that left elbow. We're going to make our way to the ground. Extend the leg like you did before. This time, bend your elbows like chaturanga and just boop, lower your hip to the ground. You can gaze back, and some people like to curl the toes under and make this leg really active. We're going to make it more passive, so just let the leg go. Yeah. And then turn your torso back to the front of your mat. You can come down onto forearms if you'd like, or you can make a hand sandwich with your hands. And take a couple of breaths. One more breath. Planted hands down. Curl the back toes under. You can slide your right leg to the middle of the mat and come all the way back to that 3-legged dog. Give it a little shake. The same leg, draw that right knee over to the right wrist and set up for pigeon on the right side. Look back at your left leg. Make sure it's coming directly out of your hip. Turn the torso forward. And using your hands, lengthen out the spine as you come down to rest. If you want to slide a blanket underneath that right hip, you can use your blanket. your hands underneath shoulders. Take any props out of the way. Curl the back toes under. Lift the right leg up. Give it a little bit of a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Lower it down. On an inhale, lift the left leg up. As you exhale, draw the left knee over to the right elbow. Extend the leg. And then softly, whoop, lower down to your bum. And again, you can keep that leg engaged, or it's a nice softer variation if you just let it go to your mat. And come on down. And slowly make your way back up. Curl the toes under, come back to your three-legged dog, give it a little shake. And then set up for pigeon on the left side. Again, if it feels better to take figure 4 here on your back, then just roll over onto your back and take figure 4. Three more breaths. At the end of your third breath, make your way all the way back to three-legged dog. Give that leg a shake. Lower it down, come down to your knees. Come onto one side of your hip. Sweep the legs around and find a wide-legged straddle. If you want, you can sit on your blanket or a block if you'd like. I like to sit on the blanket about halfway, halfway. Separate your legs as much as you'd like. So the blanket just helps create some length in my back. We flex the feet, take the knees up towards the sky. On an inhale, reach your arms up. Good. As you exhale, hold on to your left wrist. And then arc up and over like you've been doing all practice. Keep the length in the spine, and then float one arm down, and keep reaching, 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 getting more stretch. And then peel open. So that maybe look up if it's okay for your neck, or you can look to the side. You can kind of, if you'd like to, find your toes, but that is not the goal of this posture. Breathe, expand the intercostal muscles, the ribs. Breathe one more breath. And then press down, rise both arms back up. As you exhale, take your hands to heart center. And then take a moment just to close your eyes. To integrate that one side of this posture and see how the body feels given everything we've done today so far. Take an inhale, sweep both arms up. Grab on to that right wrist. I'm having trouble with my left and right today. And arc up and over. And then float down. Keep reaching, keep getting more length in both sides of your body. The arm can be in front or in back of your leg as you arc up and over. You might look up to the sky. And then one more breath. back through center, reach both arms up, full breath in, palms come together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the arms by the sides. Take your legs back together. Just like the beginning of the class. Give your legs a shake. Interlace your hands. Give the wrists a little love. Give the ankles a little love. You can stay seated right on that blanket to lengthen up your spine. Flex your feet. Guide the legs. Squeeze them together. Sit up nice and tall. And then begin to walk your fingertips forward. The heart leads. Lead with the heart. Always lead with our heart. And then hinging at the hips, just like you did in your forward fold. Begin to soften. You can relax the head. It's more of a softening than a forward fold. You can take your hands around your ankles or your feet if you find you have them. If you have a block, you might place a block over the feet if you have a little bit more space. Every inhale, gain more length through the spine. And every exhale, soften a little bit more. Inhale, fill up. Allow the belly to expand. You'll come off of your legs. And then as you exhale, squeeze empty and soften right into your forward fold. Two more breaths. Keep flexing the feet. Slowly walk your hands back. Lift the torso up. And bend your knees. Reach your arms forward. And nice and controlled, draw the navel up and in. Engage the abdominals. And go as slow as you'd like. All the way down to your mat. Set your arms by your sides. Knock the knees together. Take a couple of breaths. You can place one hand over heart and one hand over belly. And draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock a little side to side. You can find a happy baby here if you'd like. Bending the knees, taking your knees towards the shoulders. You rock a little side to side. And draw your knees together, your legs together. Draw the right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg long. You might like to press that right foot down as you slide your hips a little bit more to the middle of the mat. You'll come into Supta Matsyendrasana, so the knee will go right over that hip. The opposite shoulder stays rooted onto the ground. If you want to explore, you'll extend your leg, so it's more like a fallen triangle on your back. Otherwise, you just bend that knee. Then you might come down to the earth. You could always slide your blanket underneath the knee if you'd like. Find a nice spot for the head to rest. And slowly unwind. Come back through center. Drop both knees into the chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Extend the right leg. You can press that left foot again. Again, scoop the hips over to one side. And then knee over hip. Maybe extend the leg or keep the knee bent or slide your blanket underneath the knee. Two more breaths. center. Draw both knees into the chest. And two options here for your final posture. You can either come right to Shavasana, right? You can extend the legs, and you can slide that blanket underneath the hips for Viparita Karani. Or you could try plow, which is a little like your forward fold on your back, right? So you might gain a little bit of momentum, draw the knees to the chest, press down into the hips, and take your legs over your head. You can hang out here if you want more support. You can place your hands on your low back and your hips. Just be careful. You're not placing a lot of weight on your neck. You can also separate your knees and make it more of like a happy baby situation on your back, a tortoise. When you're ready for Shavasana, knees come back into the chest. Roll down. Whatever you're working on, slowly make your way. You can place that blanket right over the belly. And as you begin to settle in to rest, soften the shoulders down. You can separate the legs a little bit. And let's play with that breath again. So come into your Dirga breath if you're not there already. The next time you inhale, breathe in through the nose. Fill and expand the belly, the ribs, the chest. And then exhale, squeeze, empty. Inhale, fill. A little bit more. Exhale, squeeze, empty. Now try the right side of the body. Imagine the breath funneling through the right lung, the ribs, the chest. Exhale, squeeze, empty. On the right side. Now try the left. Inhale. Exhale, release. Now full breath in all together. Front body, back body, sides of the ribs. Expand. Hold the breath in. Once you reach the top, sip a little more air in. Hold, hold, hold. And as if you're exhaling all of the tension out of the body, slowly breathe out. Relax every muscle, every bone. And just rest. If you're still working with the breath, just let the natural breath flow. There's no more effort, just ease. Soften the jaw. Relax the back body. You might part the lips. And let your attention drift inward for a few more breaths. Slowly come back to the breath. Breathe a little more fully, a little bit deeper. Every inhale. Come back to the breath, expanding the belly. And create a little movement and wiggle the fingers. You might like to shift your head from side to side. And as if you're just waking up for the first time today, reach your arms up over your head. Take a big stretch. Maybe a little wiggle. And draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little bit more love. For coming to your mat today. For being present. For giving yourself this hour. Some new family. Lower the knees over to one side. Rock your way up to a seat. Place the palms in the center of the chest once you arrive. No rush. Let's just be in stillness together for the next few minutes, for the next few breaths. Let's take a breath together. Take an inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth, maybe a sigh.